Welcome to a free tutorial just for you guys on how to make my lovely, crispy, sugary, sparkly bacon. I didn't actually come up with a name. Somebody did on my thread, and for the life of me, I'm really sorry, but I can't remember who did it and I can't find the thread. So whoever you were, thank you very much for coming up with the name of sugar bacon stolen. You're awesome. Thank you very much. So today I'm going to do the tutorial, as I said, showing you guys how to make this. You do need a piece of equipment, but it's inexpensive, so you guys can do from home on the cheap, and we don't use expensive products to make it either, which is marvellous. I'm all about saving money. You guys know me by now. So these sort of things, they can be used to decorate geocakes. You can use them to decorate, you know, little rainbows on cupcakes. You can do all sorts of colour combinations. Ooh, this one's stuck there. See, all different types of colour combinations. This one's got black in it, and if the sun shines through it, the black actually looks purple. It's epic. So if you guys want to learn how to make my lovely, tasty, crispy, sugary bacon, oh, it's to absolutely die for. I don't think I'm going to get through this tutorial. I'm going to steal them all. See, this is why I'm never going to be skinny. This is why I'm always carrying around 50 gins. But, you know, my motto is never trust a skinny chef, right? That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Just cry into a bowl of sugar later. Anyway, if you want to learn how to make these lovely crispy bacons, then keep watching. The tutorial is coming up now. Are you ready to learn how to make sugar bacon? Yeah? Awesome. Right, so we're just going to go through a few things which you're going to need to do it. So here we have a candy floss machine. Inexpensive, you can pick them up for under 20 quid. Amazon, eBay, you know, things like that. So they're not very expensive at all. Then you are going to need a bamboo stick, skewer, quite a long one. Your bowls with some granulated sugar. That is all that we're using, and it's cheap as chips. 89p quid a bag, granulated sugar. That's all we need. And then to colour the sugar, I like to use just a few drops of airbrush colour in true Blue Peter fashion that I coloured earlier. Loads of different colours. Look at all of them. And that's just literally made by dropping a few drops of airbrush colour into a bowl, which I will quickly show you how to do now. So 3 drops in there, and quickly stir it. Try and do this quickly, because obviously, because of it being a liquid, you do not want the sugar to disintegrate. So the quicker you do this, the better. And then you can leave this out uncovered overnight, and it should dry the sugar out a little bit more. But you can just use it straight from the bowl, because I've done it many times, and I'm going to use it right now to show you. So you're going to end up with this. Whoa, whoa. Let's get started on our machine. So a few things first. This is your machine. You might want to put it on for a little bit to warm up before you start. Now I advise putting your machine on one of these. It's an anti-slip mat. I've got quite a big lump of it there. It's just to stop the vibrations and to stop it slipping around, because the vibrations will make it move slightly from side to side. So we have our scoop, which came with the candy machine. And here's some yellow sugar that we coloured earlier. Now what we want to do is pour the sugar in the centre there. We want to make sure that the machine is off when we do this. So just pour in the sugar. Don't worry if it goes over the edges, because sometimes I actually like the sugar to go to collect in the base, because at the end, once you've finished adding all the colours, you end up with a lovely colour combination of sugar crystals, and it's lovely. So we'll show you more than that. So we're going to switch the machine on like this. It will start to warm up. Now it takes approximately a minute and a half from the minute you put the sugar into the centre until it starts actually forming candy floss. After about a minute and a half, you'll start to notice the cotton candy, or cotton candy floss even, starting to build up, so you can start using your skewer, your stick, to start collecting it. Now you want to make sure that you keep the stick and the candy floss away so you don't touch the middle of the machine, because it will make a mess and your stick could go flying. Now for those eagle eye viewers of you already, you will start to notice our first ring of colour has already started to appear around the outer edges of the candy floss machine. Candy floss is actually a byproduct of what we're making instead of it being the other way around. Normally we'd make the candy floss and throw the rest away. Well, no, not today. The candy floss we're just going to shove in a bag, probably use for a kids party or something, or let the kids eat as a treat. Okay, I'm going to turn off the machine, because what we need to do is we just need to quickly wipe the inside of the recess where we put the candy floss. So we're just going to use our stick, just do that, that's all. Switch it back on, and almost immediately we should have some candy floss pop up, which is the leftover. So then we're just going to scrape it off, switch it off, and then go on to our next colour. Now to build up the colour, we can go for, say, maybe a pink or something, quite a light colour. That's the same food colouring I've used, but I've just darkened it. Same shade, just same colour, sorry, just a different shade, okay? So once the sugar's gone, the machine does start to quieten down. And candy floss in the bag. Pull the stick out. Starting to get different colours. Cotton candy, no? Cotton candy floss. The ring on there now. So we've got the yellow and then we've got the pink. Now as the sugar heats up, it does start to crystallise and go see-through, and this is what gives you your sugar sparkle. Now the more you build these layers up, the more prominent they become, you see, because as the sugar heats up, it does actually change the colour a little bit. So we're going to go for a next colour. Put the yellow in. Now when the heat hits the sugar, it can alter the actual colour. So if you want white and you use granulated sugar, it does make it go slightly orange, just to let you know. So we're going to go for a nice purple. So we have yellow, pink, yellow, purple. It doesn't look like much as it's building up, but when it's done, trust me, the colours then really do start to pop. There's a red that I've made. It's already quite sparkly on its own, isn't it? You can see where the sugar started heating now. And you've got the different colours in there. So pretty. That was colour number 5. So now we're going to try colour number 6. I've got orange. See? We go back and have a look at how our orange has turned out. How beautiful is that? I can't get the phone too close to it, obviously, because it's still warm, still hot. I don't want to melt my phone. You can see, look at that. It's a bit random. I'm just going to throw a purple on top of an orange, and let's see how that goes. So I'm going to chuck the purple on. Colour number 7 now is the purple. So I'm going to finish off this sugar bacon. The last colour, I'm just going to use a dark pink, which I've coloured. So in it goes. So we had 8 colours in total building up. Now the machine's cooled down, I'm just going to remove the ring on the outside And this will show us our lovely ring of sugar bacon. Now to get this off, simple, you just need to poke it off. So I've got a bit of a skewer here. Just tap the top and it should all drop. And if I pick one up, there you can see how lovely our sugar bacon. See, it's quite thin. See how thin it is? Very thin. But that is our glorious sugar bacon. It's amazing, isn't it? It's so awesome. I just love the colours in this. I really do. I think there's a pot of gold at the end of these rainbows. Just look at the colour of it. Just a huge piece as well. It's so pretty. And it's so tasty. I just love the crunchiness, and the taste of the candy floss comes through as well. So it's not just like just plain sugar. It does actually taste like candy floss as well. So many different colours. Look at them with the light shining on them. Natural light shining on them. There's no bright lights on these. This is just natural light. I think there's a pot of gold at the end of these rainbows. Now, if you remember me talking earlier about collecting the sprinkles around the edge of the candy floss machine, can you see that? Look at those. And you can just sprinkle that around the bottom. So if you've got a rainbow, you could also make it like glitter clouds and stuff. You could sprinkle it on top of the cupcakes. So you've got like a multi-tonal, edible, sparkly glitter. Look at that, isn't it fabulous? Sugar rainbow, sugar bacon. I'm Hayley from Gadget Cakes, and it's been a pleasure. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Ta-ra for now.